Alright guys, so today I'm going to cover a topic that is inherently tech related but also kind of breaks out of the tech boundaries, and that topic is about social media and why I don't use it. Admittedly, I do have social media accounts, but they serve more as a mass socket, if in technical terms, for family, than something I actually use, and I'll elaborate on that further along in this video. Alright, so the first reason I don't use social media is the obvious one. Social media, from a company's point of view, is to collect data from its users. They then aggregate this data and sell it to advertising companies and really just about anyone who is willing to put up a price to gain access to this data, including malicious parties. Social media makes it much easier for something like a spear phishing attack to occur because you are literally broadcasting everything about yourself for the internet to see. And don't think that just because you keep it visible to only your friends that this makes you any safer, because you have no idea who could be the bad link on your friends list. And all it takes is just one person to gain access to the data that you willingly give away by posting it on your social media. Not to mention that it honestly doesn't have to be this complicated, because like I said before, they could just buy it from Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media you happen to be using. Social media is one of the biggest blows to your OPSEC that you could ever make, no matter what you may do for a living. You don't, I mean, when I say OPSEC, OPSEC means operational security. It doesn't necessarily mean, you're trying to be covert or anything. Like I have OPSEC at my job, which is to be a network administrator mixed with a little bit of sysadmin work here and there. Believe it or not, that is not the main reason that I refuse to engage in social media. It is a big one for sure, but I'm about to make a few other points here that I feel are honestly even more important than this, because it goes beyond your wealth and data. The main reason I don't use social media is because it is, one, it's really a waste of time. It's not really productive to be on social media because, see, the thing is that yes, you are broadcasting things about your life to your friends and family, but it doesn't change the fact that you still talk to a lot of these people probably on a daily basis, the ones you actually care about telling these things to. I mean, why not just tell them yourself and actually have a conversation with them, rather than just like, oh, like, hey, here's what I did. I don't really understand that. Another thing is that social media is a corporate and government brainwashing tool that serves no real function other than to elicit emotion out of you. When you begin feeling emotions from posts you see, it pushes you to engage either by commenting / liking / sharing a post, which pushes it further up the algorithm in multiple ways, or by making a post yourself in response, which will enable others to make one of the same two choices that you were presented with before. It can be cute cat videos, cruel acts of humanity, or virtue signaling political decisions that don't actually affect your life or even that of anyone around you. Aside from that, social media has several times been demonstrably used to push political agendas, because why leave the brainwashing to solely profits when you can use it to gain power as well? It all starts with mild posts to kind of test the waters and sow the seeds in your mind, then eventually give it enough time, you become a kind of monster you used to mock, something you've never thought you would ever become in your life. You become an extremist. This has become far more common in today's world than it is even 20 years ago when social media was in its infancy. And as these social media apps become more popular, these agendas will only become more prevalent in the average public opinion, including blame shifting when it comes to actions that actually matter when they make the life of the average person worse. Social media is plagued with algorithms that show you things that try to keep you engaged for as long as possible to try and make money off you, from the expense of your happiness, sanity, and potentially your wallet too if you buy the stupid shit from the ads that you get served on these sites. Another reason I don't like social media is because social media kind of makes it seem like validation from other people is one of the most important things that you can experience in your life, which I don't really think is a good thing, because at the end of the day, your life is really more about you and what you can accomplish with it. Now, yes, you should seek validation from those who are the most closest to you, like, you know, your friends and very close friends, but you shouldn't have to dictate your thoughts based on the opinions of others just to fit in. You really should strive to be more your own person, and I think social media has kind of instilled within people this sort of hive mind. Now, in the past, before social media, people, you know, obviously had trends and things like that, you know, like for instance, like like clothes and hairstyles and kinds of music they listen to, but it seems that social media kind of tries to drive this aggregation a little further, and you start to see a lot more people who have similar opinions than before. You know, people used to sit down and actually think about, you know, like this is what I believe in, and social media kind of takes that away because you don't really get time to think. You just blast yourself with more content that tries to sway your opinion. And that's another thing I like about social media. Some of you may be old enough to remember a time before social media. The world seemed like a much bigger place. If you wanted to experience, you had to go there yourself. You had to work for it. And in the end, you got something that was real. You had actual objects that you owned. You had memories that no one could ever take from you. And people had the drive to do these things. Now, people have everything they want right at their fingertips. And instead of striving to live a life worth meaning, they are content with the lives they are given because social media makes them content. Alright guys, I want to end off this video with the first thing, most importantly, is an apology. I know I haven't been working on content so much lately. I've been having some difficulties at my job because, you know, we're switching to a lot of new things, so I kind of chose the right time to get to this place to kind of show off some of my skills and, you know, flex on them a little bit, because, you know, the previous guys, you know, no offense, I don't really think were really on that level. You know, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here or anything, but we've been definitely having our work cut out for us. I definitely wanted to put out this video because I know it's been a minute since I've released a video essay, and I know not everybody who watches my channel is necessarily just here for the gaming content. Tomorrow I'm planning on working on the second episode of Darktide. I've got one of my buddies on board for sure. I don't know if I'm going to have Drewski on. I know I will have Seth on for sure. Hopefully I can get Drewski involved, and possibly a fourth. With the Darktide series, it may not be the same fourth person. It may not always be the same four people is what I'm getting at. Because I have more than 3 other friends who play Darktide, so it may have a revolving cast. I don't know just yet. I'm gonna try and keep the same cast for at least while we're doing like the episodic content, and then when we get to, you know, like just a general gameplay, you know, the chill vibes videos, so to speak, then I'll probably start pumping out the more rolling cast in those videos. And another announcement I have to make is that this week I will be, hopefully, it's probably not going to be by Friday. It's going to probably be up by Saturday. But my server that I've been talking about I was going to run for y'all is going to be up sometime this week. I'll have pretty much all of my debts paid off to the ISP, and I'll pretty much have it all running up. I haven't started installing any of the software to server. I'm going to do that sometime this week before I have to do that. But that's pretty much it. I've recently released a new album. I've told y'all before that, it's not an album, it's like an EP. I've told y'all before that I do work on music. I'm a big musician. It is totally free to download if y'all want to like donate some money to it. I'm not going to stop y'all from doing that. You don't have to do that though. Go check it out. I'll put it out in the link in the description. You've actually probably heard some of it in this video. But anyways, thanks for watching my video, guys, and I hope to see y'all again pretty soon. Hopefully we'll have an episode of Darktide uploaded either tomorrow or the next day.